What's up, guys? Back at it again with another weekly analysis video. Hope you guys are well. Last week was a really great week for me. I think we're also going to just be going over some of the trades that I did take as well in the lead up from the analysis that I actually showed last week. So, as usual, what we always do is that we look at DXY, do a bit of a top-down analysis. I just want to actually so now as we are seeing things, we're still within kind of the US national or US government shutdown. So we were actually expecting NFP results to come out on Friday, but there was no NFP results that released. We did get ADP, so that really came out well. I was holding a couple of trades during that process, so I will show you what had actually taken place. But nonetheless, actually, just to backtrack, still same analysis, same outcome. We zoom out onto monthly. We are still within the channel as is, still within the channel, but we are bouncing off of the support level right here. So now, once we zoom in onto weekly, as you guys can see, it's been a bit of ranging. Now we're actually kind of building a little bit of much more momentum and actually pushing to the upside, which I did say that we are possibly going to reach 101,057. Well, 101.057. So as we do zoom in onto the daily, we are seeing it was an inverse head and shoulders. There was a play out. So now we saw a bit of a retest on the neckline, pushing to the upside. Now we are pushing fully in confirmation of seeing the bullish trend work out as is. So there is a really strong supportive trend line that I've actually placed in here, which I am expecting a bit of a bounce and a push to the upside in completion to pushing to 101.057. 0.057. So we'll see on how that plays about. Overall bias is still bullish on DXY. As I did say, is that DXY is always your prime indicator to seeing how things are going to actually perform within the markets as is. We know that markets are dominated by the dollar in terms of exchange, so we need to make sure that we keep our eye out on the DXY just to see how nothing's going about. So just to zoom out on the daily, not daily, we are on monthly. Monthly is obviously bullish for US30, US100, NASDAQ. We're looking at NASDAQ right now. As we are currently seeing, we're seeing a lot of like bullish momentum push to the upside, but now once we do zoom in onto the daily, we are seeing that there has been a form and structure that we are completely visualizing. I think I did actually mention in the previous video that there was going to be a retest around this level zone. We're going to get a push and straight drop to the downside in us reaching 25,153.8. And we eventually did. I actually placed in two trades. One was a 1 to 3, one was a 1 to 6. So this was a 1 to 6, this was 1 to 3, and they hit take profit perfectly so. So yeah, that was kind of the outcome that we actually experienced with NASDAQ, which was really good for the start of the week. And then we actually broke through and went straight down to 24,754.5. And this happened on Friday, so we saw a massive bullish engulfing candlestick push to the upside, and then we gapped up today, and ensuring confirmation that we are possibly actually going to be reaching high highs. So when I do zoom out onto the daily, as you guys can see, I'm just gonna guys show you guys like a really decent structure that I might have. I'm seeing, so from this low, yeah, 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 yeah. So I am expecting that we're going to possibly break through 25,891 and then break through into maybe reaching 26,000 as is through here. Because as is, it's indices. Companies obviously do want to perform, so we are just always going to consistently see, well, 70% of the time we'll see um, big performance in US100 and US30 as it has the prime big companies within these indices performing. So yeah, I think overall we could potentially see some kind of movement. I like the rejection that I'm experiencing around this level as well too. I think this is also giving me quite a bit of a decent confirmation in seeing that we could be potentially pushing to the upside. But we'll see how the week actually plays about. I think I'll need a bit of extra confirmation with Nasdaq just to maybe at least if we do maybe get a play off in this sense. So okay, let me actually remove this part right here. So if we do get a play off in this sense where we get an inverse head and shoulders, then I'll be able to actually play this out evenly. So, but we'll have to kind of just wait and see how things actually play out. Yeah, for now, my hands are going to be tied because I am not going to enter in any positions on NASDAQ overall because I'm not seeing anything lucrative as we speak now. Now with US30, same situation that happened as well too. So bearish movement to the downside. I did take an entry along this area right here. But I closed it closed it a bit early. I think I closed it around here because I saw a bit of a retest along this zone here because this is a very crucial support zone that I saw that was just kind of like bouncing off as this. The reason to why I'd actually taken this trade is because there's kind of a triangular formation playing about here. So let's mark that out with an horizontal. So this was really playing out well enough for me right here. I'm just going to take out my so this was kind of like I was anticipating, expecting. I saw a bullish break above this resistant level within this triangle right here. And I think I expected a continuation push to the upside in breaking this support level right here, but I saw a bit of failure in doing so, and I anticipated based on kind of just like the volume that was creeping in within the markets that things are not going to necessarily play out as I expected them to play out, and it actually did. I actually took one trade because I thought obviously price was coming through retesting around here, and it was I think it was this was kind of a very the confirmation that I got through this trade was a lot much more um, obvious to me. But I think in terms of just not necessarily seeing it on a much bigger time frame, um, I I got stopped out with it. But at least I managed this risk very, very well enough, so that was fine. But yeah, I think also as well too, which one thing that really encouraged me to take this buy was that ADP NFP results came out positive. So that's why I was also expecting is that a large breakthrough was going to actually kind of just shatter through this support level during I think the New York session open, but we failed to do so. And yeah, but I think yeah, I think nonetheless, I think the week was good. What I am anticipating for US30, I'm just gonna remove all of this so that you guys can see. I think similar outcome to what I am expecting for Nasdaq. So as you guys can see, this is also a very crucial zone, support and resistance zone right around this level right here. So what I am going to be expecting is that if we do come back and then retest this zone right here, we'll be entering in buys and pushing to the upside. And then we will continue in buying US30. I think this zone right here will be a very crucial zone that I'll also be taking into consideration. So as is just like Nasdaq, or similar to Nasdaq. As you guys can see, and then we get a little retest once we here, and then a push straight to the upside. So possibly an inverse head and shoulders, possibly not, but as I am anticipating is that we could be on a bull run. Just looking at how things are, I think it's also contradicting a lot of the things based on what I'm seeing on DXY. So I think that's why I'm very much so hesitant not actually putting in any positions as is, because also sometimes if the charts, if you're looking at the charts and not necessarily in line with how the dollar is really kind of moving, just keep an eye out and also just like lower your risk. You don't size in too heavy on your trades because anything could possibly happen. Like really anything can happen. So yeah, now looking on gold. Gold was also as well to honest thing, and I took one trade. I was just like, no, I don't know. I've been communicating with some of the people that also do trade with as well too, and they're just saying gold has been extremely choppy. I mean, like look at the ranging in what that was happening with around like 4,000. Like it was just spiking down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I was just not happy with how the dollar was. But I think now that I've actually zoomed into it, I think I really saw a bit of like a triangular pattern actually forming as well too. Because if you do see here, and this momentum pushing up, but then this side we didn't see much of a rejection doing complete third touch of this. But if you can see as is, price is kind of like ranging, then you saw the breakthrough. Let me just zoom out onto the weekly time frame so that you guys can be able to just kind of see what I'm seeing. So as you guys can see, it's kind of a pattern going on right here on the weekly. So now that we do zoom onto the daily, there's kind of a double bottom candlestick pattern that's actually forming. So yeah, giving confirmation. So I think with gold, if we do maybe do see a bit of a retest along maybe this area, and price coming through and dropping down there, then it could be room for potential buy to the upside. So what I would maybe expect is, so now that we dropped, kind of creating this double bottom here and retest We see a retest here, and a push break to the upside, then we could be shooting higher. So I'll just have to kind of just wait and see. Gold is not my favorite. I think this is some very much alternative pay that I do trade. But one that's looking really good is Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin, if you guys do remember, I think that head and shoulders formation pattern that I showed in the previous video, it is playing out as expected. So now what I will be expecting as is, because this is a very crucial zone. I'm just gonna highlight it here for you guys. This right here is a very crucial zone that you need to keep in mind of. Remember that little area that I actually highlighted? I highlighted this zone as well too last week, where we could possibly see rejection. We are seeing massive rejection pushing to the upside. So, but what I am expecting right now within this area that we're currently in right now is that I'm expecting a bit of ranging to actually just form about. And if I can get maybe an extra confirmation and seeing by maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is either Wednesday, but we'll have to see how things play out. But I'm sure tomorrow I'll be able to get a decent confirmation and seeing on how things are going to play out. Then we will be expecting a sell for Bitcoin. So from here, pushback within the zone, and then we will come back into this level again. Hopefully we can be able to at least just drop slightly to this trend line. Just maybe just like retest it like right here, and then we get a push straight to the upside. So with Bitcoin, I will be kind of as watching over it carefully, because I will be potentially eyeing in for sell position on Bitcoin. Hopefully it can play out exactly as is, and then you can see a really great outcome to what we would be expecting. Now, I think just on the fundamental side of things, let's just actually look at how things are gonna play out for the week. So, Tuesday is a bank holiday. Tuesday is a bank holiday, so I won't be expecting much volatility within the markets on Tuesday. Wednesday, though, it's back to regular schedule. And then Thursday, where there is anticipation for CPI results coming out, and it is looking quite shaky. So Thursday and Friday are going to be really crucial days to actually just pay attention and look at if we do manage to get confirmation in the news release. But it's always just going to be amounting based on the US government shutdown and when it will end. I think it's a high recording time being placed. I think it's now over a month since the government has been shut down, so it's going to really kind of just rock a lot of things once everything is back on track, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, I think these are just some things just to really look over and see. We haven't got the times yet, I think, and as well too, we are growing slowly but surely with our TikTok page. Do follow the page. Do check out the content as is, similar to what we have been posting on the Instagram page as well too. Everything will be in the description below in this video, so do check it out. We do have our free community group as well too, so do check that out. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful enough for anybody that's watching, and see you on the next one. Cheers.